The sky was clear that night over a small village in northern Pakistan. Stars sparkled like tiny diamonds, and the wind was calm. Remy, a young scientist just 25 years old, was walking home after visiting his uncle. He liked quiet nights. Like this, they helped him think. Suddenly the sky flashed. A bright light shot across the stars, moving fast too fast. It wasn't a plane. It wasn't a shooting star either. It looked like a fireball wrapped in blue lightning. What is that? Remy whispered, frozen in place. The object roared through the sky and then boom, it crashed deep into the forest on the edge of the mountains. The ground shook under his feet. Birds flew into the air. Dogs barked. The air smelled like burnt metal. Remy's heart raced. His brain screamed, "Stay away!" But his curiosity was stronger. Grabbing his flashlight from his bag, he ran toward the crash site. The forest was dark, and the smell grew stronger. After 30 minutes of hiking through trees and broken branches, he saw it, a huge object half buried. In the ground, it wasn't a meteor. It was a ship. Silver, smooth, and still glowing. Symbols glowed faintly on its side, but they weren't any language he knew. This isn't human," he whispered. He moved closer. The ship made no sound, no smoke, no fire, just light. He reached out and touched its surface. A sharp jolt of energy ran through his arm. He screamed, but didn't fall. Instead, something strange happened. The ship lit up fully. It was like it woke up far away, in deep space, on a hidden alien station. Alarms started ringing. A tall, thin alien with silver skin and no mouth stared at the screen. A voice echoed in the room. "Unit 7 has activated. Human contact detected." This was not scheduled. Another alien turned toward the screen. "The test was not supposed to begin. The planet is not ready." "Then it was a mistake?" the first one asked. "Or worse," said a third voice, dark and cold. "A human has survived the contact. That means it's starting." Back on Earth, Remy was frozen. The ship's light scanned his face, and suddenly he could understand the symbols. They rearranged themselves, showing him images of planets, machines, and humans. He backed away, scared. "What is this? What are you trying to show me?" Then he heard a voice inside his mind. "Prototype species detected. Awakening sequence engaged." "No, what are you doing?" He shouted, his hands glowed. His body felt warm, like something was unlocking inside him. But before he could think, a loud sound came from the sky again. A second object was entering Earth's atmosphere. Remy ran and hid behind a tree. This one wasn't crashing, it was landing. Another ship, black and sharp like a knife, landed silently beside the crashed one. 3 alien beings stepped out. They looked like tall shadows, with glowing blue eyes and long arms. They walked toward the glowing ship. One of them placed a hand on it. It flashed red. The alien's body shivered and collapsed dead. The other 2 stepped back in shock. "It's too late," one of them said. "The human has triggered it. We must destroy it before more awaken." But Remy had already slipped away, heart pounding. More awaken? What did that mean? And why did the ship respond to him? He got home and locked every door. But he couldn't sleep. His body felt different, stronger. His eyes could now see strange lines around objects, like energy paths. He touched a glass of water and it boiled. "Am I becoming something else?" He whispered. The next day, he visited a nearby scientist. Dr. Sophia. She was older, smarter, and trusted him. He showed her his hand. It sparked with energy. Dr. Sophia stared at him. "Remy, this is not natural. I found something in the mountains." "A ship, it's alien. You touched it?" "Yes, it changed me." Dr. Sophia took blood samples. Her face turned pale. After looking through the microscope, "Your cells are multiplying faster than normal. And there's a new structure forming inside your DNA. It's Not human. What do I do? Raymai asked, panicked. We need to hide you, she said. They might come for you. Too late. A deep hum filled the air. Outside, the sky turned dark as another ship arrived, huge, silent, blocking out the sun. Alien machines dropped from it, scanning the area. Inside the lab, lights flickered. The walls vibrated. Raymai held his head in pain as the voice returned. Awakening complete. Phase 1, human core activated. Sophia gasped. You're not just changing. You've become a signal. The aliens weren't just here for cleanup. They were trying to stop something. Raymai looked at his hands. They made a mistake. A big one. No, Sophia whispered. What if it wasn't a mistake? What if ... This is what they feared? You might be the first human to fully unlock their test. What test? She pointed at the symbols. The one they left behind thousands of years ago. To see if humans could become more than human. Raymai felt the energy building inside. He didn't ask for this. He didn't want it. But he also knew there was no turning back now. Outside, the alien machines were getting closer. Raymai stood up. If they want to stop me, they'll have to fight. The lab shook. A beam of blue light struck the ground nearby. But before it hit, Raymai raised his hand and the beam stopped in midair. Sophia's eyes widened. Raymai, you're controlling energy now. He nodded. I think I'm just getting started. The crash wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. And the future of humanity just changed forever. Raymai hadn't slept in 2 days. His hands no longer felt like his own. His skin glowed faintly in the dark, like soft blue fire under the surface. Every time he touched something, wood, metal, glass, it gave off a low vibration. At first, he thought it was just fear. But now he knew. Something deep inside him was changing. Dr. Sophia watched him closely as he sat on the cold metal table in her private lab. Her face was tight with concern. She had run more tests, but the results only raised more questions. Raymai, she said. Slowly, your body is rewriting itself. He looked at her confused. What does that mean? Your DNA is changing. Like it's following new instructions, not human instructions. Raymai rubbed his forehead. I feel like I'm burning. Inside. But not in pain. It's like energy moving through me. She showed him the scans on a screen. See this? She pointed. These patterns, they look like code, but it's biological. Someone or something programmed this change. But why me? He asked. I just touched the ship. I didn't do anything special. Maybe you didn't need to. Maybe you were born ready. He didn't answer. His heart beat louder than usual. He could hear it clearly now, like drums in his ears. Even her voice sounded different. He could almost sense her thoughts, feel her worry before she spoke. Suddenly, the lights flickered. They both looked up. Sophia whispered, Not again. Another ship? No, this time it wasn't from the sky. It was coming from inside. Raymai clutched his stomach, breathing hard. His back arched. Sparks flew from his fingertips. I can't control it, he gasped. Sophia backed away, but didn't run. She grabbed a device from her table and scanned him. You're not dying, she said quickly. It's another phase. Like evolution. But in fast forward, he fell to the floor, groaning. The air around him shimmered like heat waves, then silence. His breathing slowed. He stood up. His eyes had turned silver. Sophia dropped the scanner. Raymai, your heart just stopped for 12 seconds. And then restarted stronger. He looked at his hands. They no longer glowed, but they felt powerful. Then he said, in a quiet voice, I saw something, a memory, but it wasn't mine. Sophia moved closer. What did you see? A city, floating above a red ocean. People with no faces. Stars dying behind them, I think. I think the ship sent it into me. They're trying to tell you something? Raymai nodded. Or maybe warn me. Just then, the screen on Sophia's desk blinked. A signal weak but clear was coming through. It wasn't from Earth. The symbols were the same as those on the alien ship. Sophia hit translate. The message read, "Contain the human unit before it spreads." Raimi stepped back. "They're scared of me." "No," Sophia said. "They're scared of what you're becoming." He looked out the window. People walked normally in the streets. Kids played, cars moved. But he felt that something was different. His senses stretched farther now. He could hear things miles away, feel vibrations in the air. The world was noisy, full of signals he never noticed before. Then something strange happened. He closed his eyes and he felt another heartbeat. But it wasn't his. His eyes opened wide. "Sophia, I'm not the only one." "What?" "There's someone else, another human, same energy. I can feel her. She's afraid." "Where is she?" "I don't know, but she's not far." Sophia grabbed the map. "If more people are changing, we need to find them before the aliens do." He nodded. "They're waking up. Just like me." Suddenly, a knock on the lab's back door made them jump. It was late. No one should be here. Sophia looked at Raimi. He was already moving toward the door. He opened it and saw a girl. Maybe 16, wet from the rain. Her eyes glowing faint. "Yellow, are you Raimi?" she asked, trembling. "Yes." "I think I'm broken," she said. "Things around me, they melt." She lifted her hand and the metal doorframe twisted slightly under her touch. Sophia pulled her inside. "What's your name?" "Lena," the girl said. "3 nights ago I saw a dream, a ship. Then I woke up glowing." Raimi's voice was calm now. "I had the same dream." Sophia looked between them. "This is spreading faster than we thought." Outside, the streetlights flickered. Then came the sound again, a deep humming. This time the ship was close. A large drone hovered above the street. It scanned the house. "Down!" Raimi shouted, pulling Lena and Sophia under the table. The drone fired a pulse, but before it hit, Lena's hands glowed and the pulse bounced. "Off!" She looked shocked. "I didn't mean to." "You saved us," Raimi said. "You're not broken. You're something new." The drone buzzed again, then flew away fast. Maybe it recorded something. Maybe it was scared too. They sat in silence. The lab smelled of ozone. The computer showed another message from the alien system. Phase 2 initiated. Containment failed. Target species adapting. Sophia read it out loud. They wanted to stop this, but now they can't. Raimi stood, helping Lena up. "We need to find more like us before the aliens do." "And what will you do when you find them?" Sophia asked. Raimi looked at his hands. "Teach them, train them, help them survive." He looked out the window again. Rain poured down, but he saw. Beyond it, saw patterns in the storm. The human body was never just a body. It was a lock dot, and something had just turned the key. The lab was quiet except for the soft hum of machines. Raimi and Sophia sat side by side, staring at the strange patterns on the computer screen. Lena was asleep in the corner, exhausted from her new powers. The changes were spreading, and time was running out. "We need answers," Sophia said, rubbing her temples. "These symbols, where else have we seen them?" Raimi thought hard. "Not just on the ship or the message. I remember old books, ancient bones found in caves. Could there be a connection?" Sophia nodded slowly. "Archaeologists found human skeletons with strange carvings. We never understood them. Maybe they weren't just decorations." The idea sent chills down Raimi's spine. The next day, they traveled to the university where Sophia had secret access to old archaeological data. Inside a cold, dark storage room, dusty bones lay in glass cases. Sophia pointed to one set. "These are from a burial site thousands of years old. See the lines here?" Raimi leaned closer. The bone surface was covered with tiny, carved symbols. They looked almost like the alien code but more faded, worn by time. "Is this a message?" Rami whispered. A voice startled them. "More than a message," said a man in a lab coat. It was Professor Kamal, an expert in ancient languages. "These carvings are a form of writing, alien writing, but disguised." Rami looked at him, eyes wide. "Alien? You mean humans had contact long ago?" Kamal nodded. "Yes, this planet was not always alone. The ancestors hid this knowledge deep inside their bones." "How?" Sophia asked. "Through nanotech," Kamal explained. "Tiny machines hidden inside the bones, carrying encoded data. Only special people can unlock it." Rami's heart pounded. "Are you saying this is the reason humans can change? That the power was inside them all along?" "Exactly," Kamal said. "But the secret was locked, until now." He pulled out a small device and scanned the bones. A screen lit up with images, ancient cities, glowing symbols, and human figures with strange powers. Suddenly, the screen flickered and showed a warning. "Beware the awakening. Some will seek to control the power. Some will want to destroy it." Rami felt a cold sweat. "Control it? Destroy it? Who?" "Those who fear change," Kamal answered. "Aliens who used Earth as a testing ground." Sophia turned to Rami. "This explains everything. The ship, the powers, the attack." Rami clenched his fists. "So humans are not just victims. We were designed. And the design was hidden." Sophia added. Kamal looked serious. "But there's more. The bones speak of a lost city beneath the earth, a place where the original power came from." Rami's eyes burned with curiosity. "We have to find it." Sophia shook her head. "It's dangerous. Many have searched and never returned." Rami smiled slightly. "I'm already changed. We don't have a choice." Back in the lab, they studied the ancient codes all night. Lena woke up, now stronger, and listened quietly. "The power in our blood, our bones, it's a key," Lena said softly. "If we lose it, we lose ourselves." The next day, while digging through old maps, Rami found a symbol matching the carvings. It pointed to a deep cave system near the mountains. "We have to go," he said. Sophia warned. "If the aliens learn what we're doing, they'll come after us harder." Rami nodded, feeling the weight of their mission. As they prepared to leave, a sudden blackout hit the city. Emergency sirens blared. A message came through on every screen. "All awakened humans must report. Failure to comply will result in termination." Rami's eyes flashed silver again. "They're closing in." Lena grabbed his arm. "We're not ready. We have to be," Rami said firmly. "This is bigger than us." They left the city, shadows moving behind them. The message hidden in bones was a warning and a guide, and the race for humanity's future had begun. Rami could feel it in the air. Something was changing fast. The world wasn't the same anymore. His new senses were sharper. He could hear whispers of thoughts nearby, feel faint pulses of power coming from people miles away. He knew he wasn't alone. One evening, Sophia and Lena came to his small apartment. Lena looked different, her glowing eyes brighter, her hands steady. Sophia carried a stack of reports. "We're not the only ones," Sophia said quietly. "Across the world, there are people like you, Rami, others waking up." Rami frowned. "How many?" "Too many to ignore," Sophia answered. "A blind girl in Spain can see sound waves. A soldier in America healed instantly from a gunshot. And in China, a boy is moving objects without touching them." Lena shivered. "I met one of them. Her name is Maya. She can hear your heartbeat from a mile away." Rami's eyes narrowed. "That means the alien wave affected all of us. They didn't just wake me or Lena, they woke a whole new generation." Sophia paced. "And the aliens are scared. Their drones are increasing. They want to capture or kill anyone who changes." "Why?" Remai asked, "What do they want with us?" "To stop what's next," Sophia said. "Because this is only the beginning." Suddenly, Lena's eyes widened. "I'm feeling something." "Someone nearby." Remai grabbed his jacket. "Let's find them." They drove through the city's dark streets to a quiet park. There, beneath the cold moonlight, stood a tall woman with pale skin and glowing golden eyes. She held her hands out, and the air around her shimmered. "Are you Remai?" she asked. "Yes," he said cautiously. "I'm Maya. I've been hiding." "They're hunting us," she whispered. "How do you control your power?" Lena asked. Maya smiled sadly. "I'm learning. But every time I use it, it hurts." Remai placed a hand on her shoulder. "We'll teach you. We need to work together." Just then, the sound of heavy footsteps echoed from the shadows. Aliens appeared, dark figures with blue glowing eyes, moving silently but fast. "Run!" Sophia shouted. Maya raised her hands, sending a wave of force that knocked one alien back. Remai's eyes turned silver. "We fight now." The humans formed a circle. Powers flared. Lena melted metal bars to block the path. Maya sent sonic waves that confused the aliens. Remai controlled energy like a storm. The aliens fired lasers, but the humans' new abilities blocked or dodged them. After a tense battle, the aliens retreated, disappearing into the night. Breathing hard, Sophia said, "This isn't just about survival anymore. We're becoming a threat." Remai looked at his friends. "We're stronger than they expected." Maya nodded. "The question is, what will we do with this power?" Lena smiled faintly. "Protect each other." As dawn broke, the city woke, unaware that a new kind of humanity was rising. The aliens. Tested failed. Humanity was waking up, and it was just the start. The sky above Earth looked calm, but far beyond the clouds, something was moving, watching. Remai felt it every time he closed his eyes. There was no peace. Not anymore. Inside a hidden base deep in the mountains, Remai, Lena, Maya, and Sophia gathered around a glowing table. The hologram above them showed a huge alien structure in orbit, black, sharp, and silent. Sophia pointed at the spinning image. "It's called the Vault. The aliens have been using it to watch Earth for decades." "What's inside it?" Lena asked. "Data," Remai answered. "And weapons. We believe it's the brain of their plan." Maya looked up, eyes serious. "We thought they came in peace. First contact was quiet. They didn't attack cities. They stayed hidden. But now we know better." Sophia nodded slowly. "They didn't come to help us. They came to study us and control us. And when they realized we could change," Remai added, "they tried to shut it all down." He clenched his fists. "But it's too late." Maya spoke calmly. "I read part of the alien memory code. Before Earth, they visited over 100 worlds. They left gifts behind: technology, ships, and false hope. Then they waited. Waited for what?" Lena asked. "For evolution," Maya whispered. "To see which species would adapt. And when one did, they wiped it out." Remai stared at her. "So Earth, we were never special to them." "No," Sophia said. "We were just another experiment." A farm. The room went silent. Then the alarms blared. Red lights flashed. A drone signal was detected close. Remai shouted, "Maya, cloak us." She nodded, closing her eyes. A pulse of invisible energy spread through the room, hiding them. They watched through the window as a silver drone floated outside. It scanned the area, hovered for a few seconds, then flew away. Sophia exhaled. That was too close. "They're getting desperate," Lena said. "They know the plan is failing," Remai replied. "Too many of us have awakened." Maya touched the glowing table again. A different image appeared, a secret file pulled from the alien ship they recovered earlier. This one showed humans locked in pods, sleeping, being studied. "They were preparing to copy our powers," she said. "Use them against us." "They?" "We're never here to learn from us," Sophia whispered. "They wanted to steal what makes us human," Remy stood up. "We need to send a message." "Not just to Earth but to them," Lena blinked. "You mean? Talk to the aliens?" "No," Remy said. "Challenge them." Everyone looked at him. "They think we're still weak," he continued. "Still learning. But they're wrong. We're not experiments, we're survivors." Sophia opened a hidden drawer and pulled out a device. "We captured this from the drone last week. If we modify it, it can send a signal back to the vault." Remy nodded. "Do it. Let's show them. We know the truth." Hours passed as Sophia and Maya worked on the signal. Lena practiced her control, melting and reshaping metal silently. Remy stood near the window, watching the sky, feeling something was coming. Then the device beeped. "It's ready," Sophia said. Remy stepped forward and pressed the button. The signal shot up into the sky. Loud and clear, the message was simple. "Your experiment has failed. Earth chooses its own future." A moment later, the sky changed. A large alien ship uncloaked above Earth. It wasn't a drone. It was a warship. Lights flickered. The ground shook. "They're answering," Maya said. "Standing." A voice came through the speakers. Cold, robotic, inhuman. "You were not meant to awaken. You were designed to serve." Remy answered, loud and clear. "Then you made a mistake." There was a pause. "You leave us no choice." Containment protocol. Final phase. The warship began to charge its weapons. Red energy gathered at its front. "We can't run," Sophia said. "We have seconds." Remy turned to Lena and Maya. "We fight." Lena raised her arms, pulling energy from the earth. Maya closed her eyes, summoning sound so sharp it cracked the walls. Remy focused, his whole body glowing as the alien blast fired. The three of them combined their powers. The beam never touched. The ground bent, twisted, and exploded midair. The warship shook. Systems failed. Flames burst from its sides. "They're falling back." Sophia shouted, and they did. The ship vanished into space, damaged and retreating. Everyone stood in silence, breathing hard. Maya looked at Remy. "We just told the galaxy who we are." "No more hiding," Lena said. Remy smiled, but his eyes were firm. The alien plan was never peace. "But they forgot one thing: humans don't follow plans." Sophia nodded. "Especially when someone tries to write our ending for us." Far above Earth, inside the vault, the alien leaders watched the battle replay. They were silent. One of them finally spoke. "This species is broken," another replied. "No, they are rising." For 2 days, the skies above Earth had stayed quiet. No new alien ships, no attacks, but Remy knew it wasn't over. The aliens weren't defeated. They were just thinking, studying, waiting. Inside the mountain base, everyone moved quickly. Humans who had awakened their powers trained side by side. The group was growing. There were now more than 50, and the number kept rising. "They're preparing something," Maya said one morning, her eyes focused on the distant clouds. "I can feel the energy building in orbit." "Another wave?" Sophia asked. Remy shook his head. "No, this time they're not coming to test us. They're coming to crush us." Lena stood near the edge of the cliff, where their lookout tower watched the horizon. She didn't speak, but her fingers melted the metal railing. With a slow hiss, she was ready to fight. The wind shifted. The sky darkened like a shadow spreading across the earth. Then, without warning, it came. A ship unlike any before descended from space. Massive, wide as a city, sharp black armor, red lights glowing underneath like fire in a dragon's mouth. It didn't hover. It dared Earth to act. The ground below shook. Cities across the globe saw it in the sky. Fears spread like lightning. Remy stood in front of the base and spoke into the communicator. "To all awakened, this is it. The ship sent out a message across Earth. You had a chance. You chose defiance. Now we end what we started. Maya growled under her breath. They want war. Remy raised his voice. Then let them taste what they created. The group moved as one. Dozens of humans, each with strange, powerful abilities, marched down the rocky hill. People flew. Some turned invisible. Some burned like fire. Remy walked at the center, glowing like a small star dot. As they reached the open valley below, the alien ship opened its underbelly. Machines fell from it. Tall, silver attackers with 4 arms and glowing weapons. Drones followed, covering the sky like birds of steel. Stay together, Sophia shouted. The battle began. Lena stepped forward and raised her hands. A wall of fire blocked the alien shots. Maya clapped her hands, and a shockwave knocked drones from the sky. A boy named Zane touched the ground, and vines of living metal burst upward, trapping enemy machines. Keep pushing, Remy yelled. We hold this ground. He leapt into the air, energy streaming behind him, and slammed into the enemy lines. Every movement he made sent waves of power. Alien armor cracked. Machines exploded. The aliens hadn't expected this. They thought humans were wild, untrained, scattered. But Earth had answered with more than force. It answered with unity. Above them, the massive ship prepared its main weapon. A red light gathered underneath it, massive, hot, and focused on the battlefield. Sophia screamed. It's charging to destroy the whole valley. Remy looked up. We need to take it down, now. I can get us inside, Maya said. You sure? Lena asked. No, Maya replied. But I'll try. She created a pulse, a sharp sound blast that opened a hole in the ship's shield. Remy, Lena, and Maya flew up through it before it closed. Inside, the ship was cold and alive. The walls moved like breathing metal. Lights flickered like nervous eyes. A voice echoed through the chamber. You should not exist. You are a failed design, Remy spoke firmly. You created us to be weak, but we chose strength. The ship sent defense bots to stop them. Lena melted them like butter. Maya blocked attacks with waves of force. They reached the power core huge. Red, spinning fast. Shut it down, Remy said. It's too fast, Maya warned. I'll do it, Remy said calmly. Get out. No, Lena shouted, but he smiled. If this is the cost of freedom, I'm ready. He walked into the core chamber, absorbing the energy into his body. It tried to kill him. But it couldn't. His powers burned brighter than ever before. Then he exploded in a wave of light. Outside, the ship shuddered. The red light vanished. The weapons failed. The engines died. The ship crashed slowly, like a giant falling asleep into the sea, causing a massive wave. But not harming the cities. The battle on the ground stopped. The machines froze. The drones dropped. Then silence. Lena stood alone, staring at the sky, tears in her glowing eyes. Sophia reached her and whispered, He stopped them. He saved. U.S., Maya said from beside her. Far above Earth, in the dark silence of space, the alien leaders stared at their dead ship. One of them said, They chose fire. Another replied, Then Earth has passed the final test. But the third voice said something different. No, they've become something we cannot control. Back on Earth, survivors gathered. The humans who had awakened stood tall. The sky was clear again. But the message was not. Earth had answered, and it answered with fire. The silence after the alien ship fell didn't last long. 3 days later, strange signals began spreading through the sky. Every device, phone, satellite, radar picked them up. The signals weren't just noise. They were alive. They're not retreating, Maya said, staring at the data stream. They're going deeper. Deeper where? Sophia asked. Inside the system, replied a new voice. It was Jayan, the quietest among the awakened humans. He was different. When the aliens crashed, he touched a piece of their tech. Since then, Something had changed in his eyes. They glowed. Faint blue, like stars blinking through water. "You've been hearing it," Maya guessed. Jayan nodded. "They're talking to each other through a network. Not satellites, not normal tech. It's alive. It's inside things." Sophia crossed her arms. "You mean it's inside our tech too?" Jayan looked at her. "It's already started spreading." That afternoon, all screens across the globe turned black dot, then they lit up with a single symbol, a white eye inside a red triangle. People panicked. Then, for 1 second, all awakened humans collapsed. Jayan was the first to wake up. His voice shook. "They tried to pull us into it. What do you mean?" Maya asked, helping Sophia stand. "The network. It's not just for machines. It wants minds." There was silence in the room. Jayan turned to Maya. "I think I can go in." "No," Sophia said quickly. "We don't know what's in there." "We don't have a choice," Jayan replied. "If we wait, it'll control everything, maybe even people." Lena stepped forward. "Then you won't go alone." Jayan shook his head. "Only I can enter. My mind has already touched it. I felt it when I first connected." Maya looked at him. "And how will you get out?" Jayan gave a small, sad smile. "You'll have to pull me." They built a secure chamber deep in the base walls lined with copper and dampening fields. Jayan lay inside, connected to an alien interface, his eyes closed. His breathing slowed. Then the light above his head flickered. He was inside. Jayan opened his eyes and saw nothing familiar. No sky, no ground. He floated in a space made of shifting lines, glowing threads, spinning towers of light. And in the center, the core. It looked like a massive brain made of glass and electricity. "Welcome," a voice said around him. "Human. Code accepted. You are a rare key." Jayan moved through the threads like swimming in a dream. Every step revealed something else: recordings, plans, files from alien leaders. He saw something that made him stop breathing. Earth was never the goal. This was just a test field. The real targets were the other worlds like Earth, places where similar primitive species had started to wake up. "Why us?" he whispered. "Because humanity adapted faster than any record. You evolved beyond your limits. That is unacceptable." Jayan reached the heart of the network. Data spun so fast it made his mind burn. He reached out. His hand touched the core. It screamed. Instantly, shadows rushed toward him, creatures of black light. Old defense codes trying to erase him. Jayan fell. But just before the core swallowed him, another voice broke in. It was Lena's. "Jayan, hold on." Maya had forced a connection from the outside. Jayan used her signal like a rope and pulled himself back. But something followed him. Jayan's body shook in the chamber. His hands clawed the air. Maya screamed. "He's not alone." Inside the room, the lights shattered. The walls cracked. A cold wind blew from nowhere. Jayan opened his eyes. His voice was two voices. "They're here." Everyone stepped back. But then Jayan took a deep breath and screamed. A wave of blue light burst from his chest. The alien code, whatever had entered him, was pushed out. It flew into the walls and vanished into sparks. Jayan fell back, breathing hard. "I saw it all," he said quietly. "They're afraid of us." Sophia asked, "Why?" Jayan's eyes narrowed. "Because we're learning to enter their world. And once we understand it, we can rewrite everything." He handed Maya a data crystal, something he stole from the network. Before escaping, she plugged it into the base systems. What they saw wasn't just battle plans. It was a map. Not of Earth, of the whole galaxy. Thousands of red dots each. A world watched by the aliens. Each one marked as not yet activated. Jayan looked at the others. "They're planning to stop evolution on every one of these worlds." Maya whispered, "So we're not the only ones." Lena smiled coldly. Then maybe we won't be the only ones to fight back. For the first time, Earth had knowledge, and with it, a chance to strike. Jayan looked up at the sky. They reached into our minds, he said. Now it's our turn to reach into theirs. The alien network had opened its door. Now, humanity was walking through it. The world was quiet again. The alien warship was gone. The networks had been hacked. The power of the awakened humans was growing stronger every day. But deep inside, Reme knew the real battle was just beginning. One evening, as the sun set behind the mountains, Reme sat with Sophia, Lena, Maya, and Jane around a fire. The flames danced, casting shadows across their tired faces. Why did they do it? Lena asked softly. Why experiment on us like that? Sophia stared into the fire. Because they wanted control, to stop evolution, to keep species like US weak. But why didn't they finish the job? Maya wondered. Jayan took a deep breath. Because evolution cannot be stopped. It's not a mistake, it's a force. Reme nodded slowly. We thought the alien plan was a threat, a trap, but maybe it was a test. A test? Sophia looked confused. Yes, Reme said. The changes inside us, the powers we were meant to awaken. It's evolution pushing forward. But they wanted to stop us, Lena said. They sent ships, weapons. They hunted us. Because they feared what we could become, Jayan answered. They tried to stop the future. The group grew silent. Then Reme smiled. We are not broken. We are evolving. Becoming something new. Sophia looked at him, hope growing in her eyes. So this was never a mistake. It was always meant to be, Lena added. That means ... we have a choice. Maya stood, her glowing eyes bright. A choice to decide what kind of future we want. Jayan agreed, to fight or to build. Suddenly, a soft vibration shook the ground. The night sky lit up with 1,000 glowing orb ships from other worlds. They came, Sophia whispered. The others, the ones marked on the map. Reme stood tall. They came not to conquer, but to join. From the ships stepped beings like humans, but different, each with their own powers, stories, and scars from alien battles. One of them, a tall woman with silver hair, approached. We saw your message, she said. We too are awakened. We fought the darkness. Now we fight together. Reme extended his hand. Together we are stronger. The fire between them burned brighter, and with it, the hope of a new galaxy born from evolution's spark. Sophia smiled. It was never a mistake. It was evolution. The stars above twinkled as if in agreement. The future was theirs to write.